Hello everyone, today I'm gonna explain HackerRank SQL solution problem named Top Earners. Let's see the problems first together. So we define an employee's total earnings to be the monthly salary multiple months worked, and the maximum earnings to be the maximum total earnings for any employees in the employee table. So we're gonna define the earnings as to be this one, salary multiple months, so that's the earnings. So what we have to write is we have to get the maximum total earnings as well as the total number of employees who have maximum total earnings. So first we have to print the maximum total earnings, and we have to print the total number of employees who have a maximum total earnings. So let's see the example first. Employee table looks like this, and if you print, like if you get the earnings together, they are earnings are months multiple of salary. So that's the results of all employees of their multiple of months of salary, months and salary. So what we want to print, as you can see, the maximum is, I think this one is the maximum, and I think only the Kimberly employee name Kimberly, she is the only one that have a maximum total earnings. So we write earnings here. We write earnings here, and we write a total number who have maximum total earnings. So let's think about the solution together, how to write the query. So let's think about it. I think what we can do, first of all, how are we gonna get earnings? So I think we can just print it. We can just multiply the column of months and salary. I think then we can get earnings. And second one, how we calculate number of employee who have a maximum earnings. How are we gonna get it? I think we can group by. We can use group by max earnings, and we can use count function to get the number of employee who have number of the employees who have max earnings. So in here, I'm gonna solve this problem in 3 ways. First of all, I'm gonna use also group by, plus I'm gonna use order by and limit. This is the first solution. And second solution, I'm gonna use where plus subquery, where clauses, where, I'm gonna write it down one more, where clauses subquery, so that we can get the maximum number of total earnings. Third one, I'm gonna do it using group by also, but I'm gonna use having. On having clauses, also I'm gonna use subquery in here. So we can solve this problem in 3 ways. So let's write a query together on the screen. Let's move on. So let's write a query together first. First, I'm gonna use group by plus order by plus limit. That's the first solution. So select from employee, we're gonna use employee table, and what we gonna select, I'm gonna use months and salary, multiple salary, and we're gonna call it as earnings. So let's see what's the result first. So as you can see, this is the total earnings, months and multiple salaries of all employees. Let's write a query, and also what we gonna do, I'm gonna group by this one, months multiple salary. As you can see, group by, you can also use earnings, but I just use months multiple salary just in cases, and we're gonna count it. If you use count, the whole thing, you're gonna calculate, and you're gonna, how do I say it? You're gonna calculate it like what's the number of earnings, group by earnings. So let's see the result first. So as you can see, they just order it. They just calculate the number grouped by the total earnings. As you can see, it is ordered by ascending order. So as you can see, the last one is the maximum number of total earnings. So what we want to print is this one. So what I'm gonna do, I will use order by earnings, and I'm gonna order it in descending order. So this is gonna be first one, and I'm gonna just choose it limit 1. If you use limit 1, you just select the top only one above all the results. So if you run the code, as you can see, the sample test cases succeeded. And if you submit the code, yeah, it's also worked. Now I'm gonna erase it, and we're gonna use the second way. The second way is I'm gonna use where classes, and I'm gonna use subquery in here, plus subquery. So let's write again. Select from the table was employee. So what we're gonna do, it's also the same, months multiple salary, salary as earnings. And what I'm gonna do, I wanna pick only the max result. So I'm gonna use where clauses, and where I'm gonna use where clauses, where months multiple salary are, I'm gonna use select subquery in here. Select from employee table. So also I'm gonna use max function in here, and yeah, like this. So what is this query means? Let's see the result together. I'm gonna just comment this just for a while, and let's see what's this result first. So what this query do, they just print the maximum of earnings. So if you use subquery in here, so they just filter it only the max salary of all employees. So let's do it like this. So if you do this, yeah, they just print the whole number of the max salary. I think there are 7 employees who has earnings of this earnings. So what we gonna do, we also have to group by earnings, and we're gonna count the whole thing. Yeah, and also the results are same, and let's submit the code. Yeah, the problem solved successfully, congratulations. And I'm gonna do the third way. We're gonna do use having clauses, plus we're gonna subquery in here. It's the principles are the same. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save it this here. So let's comment it a little for a while, and let's just run the code here. As you can see, before, in previous way, what we did before, they just group by earnings, and they just number it of how many is the total earnings. So what I'm gonna do, we can use having clauses when we want to do something after the group by. So group by earnings. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use having, and what we can do, having earnings are the maximum salary of this one. So if you do this, they just filter it only the maximum number of earnings who have maximum earnings. So they also print it like this, and we can submit the code. Yeah, it also passed successfully. Congratulations. So yeah, I wrote it down in 3 ways. I solved the problem in 3 ways. So let's organize the key point and finish this video. Let's move on to the key point. I think the first key point was how can we get the max earnings? So I think we get it in 2 ways. First of all, the first one was we do it group by. We use group by, and plus we use order by, and we do it in descending order, and we just pick the first one like this. Use limit 1. That's the first option, that how can we get the max earnings. The second one is, I think, also what we did was we use subqueries using where clauses or having clauses. We use where or having clauses, and we use plus subquery like this, like select. We used max earnings, like months multiple salary from employee table, like this. That's the way we get the max earnings. And second one, how we gonna calculate or number it of the number who has max earning. So what we did, we use group by. Also we use count function, and we counted all. We group by earnings, so we group by earnings, and we use count function, and so that we can count all of the employees who has the maximum of earnings. Yeah, I think that's the whole point of this problem. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Thank you so much.